Welcome back. Sorry about that. I had to eat dinner real quick. But, well, you guys currently have a big, now probably half eaten dead plant bulb, a withering tree that looks like it's about ready to just crumble at the slightest touch. And the inn has become very, very quiet. Almost unsettlingly so.
Rather, is it dead? Is the way to, what is it called, Wonderland? Is it that open yet?
About that, Rose will direct the spiritual weapons to still active and is going to have it strike at the base of the crumbling tree.
Okay, you don't need to roll for this, but as it strikes into the base of the crumbling tree, it kind of, dry wood, how it easily splinters and cracks? It basically does that. It cuts through. It takes a couple chops to kind of go really all the way through one of the roots, but it cracks, it splinters, it breaks off relatively without any problems. Pay in mind it's a root, and the rest of the tree is still kind of there.
We just need to break the rest of this away, and we got a clear path then.
Well, do we need to talk to Auntie first before we go on?
That would be a good idea.
Do you think she'll mind the door? It's relatively little damage, and it was already being beaten down.
The door is pretty much just, like, sitting over, like, right here. On the ground. It's split in, like, a couple pieces.
I think considering what else has burst through the walls of this place, I think a door is the least of her concerns.
Okay.
Hopefully she won't mind the crate in the basement with all the broken glasses either.
It was like that when we got here. No, it's not my fault. Well, a little bit, but no, it was like that when we got here. No problem. Auntie does not need to know. Right?
Anyway, Billy will stop eating that.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Oh gosh,
do a stop?
Billy gives a glower and then bleh.
I was just
much.
I was imagining it was going to be like a dog and started eating faster.
Stuffs the whole leaf in the mouth and takes off.
It's like, what are you eating?
What's in your mouth? Yeah. So what do you plan to do now? The glow is still emanating from under the tree, as still very obvious. But especially Euphraeus and Tibbs, as well as Various, you can kind of look into the hall and see that a lot of the plants are wilting, cracking, falling apart. So you killed the main body, at least.
Yeah, that's good, I guess. Yes?
Maybe we should at least do a quick walk around, make sure nothing else is trying to sprout up, and then pay Auntie a visit.
Do you guys plan?
Sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now there is something barring your way out, pay in mind.
Oh, good.
Tibbs, you know exactly what it is. You know that big thing that's kind of sitting in the middle of the hall there.
Right.
So Rose does start to move out here and just stops and stares at the void in the middle of the hallway.
And we did see some of those in the room, too.
No, this is different. The thing in the room with tentacles, this is literally just madness and whispers and terrible, terrible things that you can't see through.
Yeah, it's just, it's like pocket darkness in the middle of the hall, basically.
It's fine.
But you can hear things coming from it.
Music?
No, voices, whispers,
Voices. Okay.
gurgling, growls, incomprehensible screaming.
What's this?
I think my father wanted to add a bit of assistance to the whole endeavor. Yes, that's probably what that is.
How long is said assistance going to remain there?
Why would I bloody well know?
There's enough room on each side. We'll just go around.
This isn't a permanent feature, is it?
No.
You do know!
I'm sure to go away in a few minutes. It's fine.
Grace is just going to start towards the stairs. Just hiding around the thing.
As you get to that point, I need you to make me a dex saving throw.
Okay, disadvantage. Oh! Oh dear.
Oh.
Tibbs, you're the first to see this, considering you're kind of staring at this thing, but you see this shadowy tendril literally lash out and grab Frias's leg.
No. Let go.
And it's trying to pull her in. So, Frias, you're being pulled toward this mass.
I imagine she would fall prone with a nat 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
Yeah, she falls prone and is like grabbing at the floor like, help?
What do you guys do?
Help!
You hear a struggle happening in the hallway now, Luminous.
This is gonna grab Frias.
Okay. So if all three of you are grabbing her, I need you all to make strength throws.
Strength, you say?
Strength.
You
You just need a combined total, it's fine.
Oh, yay.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, you guys
We
are-
care about Frias.
This doesn't mean I care about you.
Sound like
I
I
simply
care
don't
about
want to
you.
be blamed for your death.
Yeah, you guys are able to kind of pull her back, and you kind of pull her back to about this point, and the tendril just rips apart. The part that was connected to her leg fades into hissing shadows, while the main body of the tendril retreats back into the darkness.
Want me to have a word with my father about that? It's fine. It's fine. It's nothing to be worried about. Just a little outside help. That's all.
Thank you. Do you guys mind if I just sit by the door and you look around? I'm awfully worn out.
You hear a whine from the other side.
Bellingham was on the other side. So is Luminosa.
I think Various and I can handle this. You take a rest. Rose, ensure that Phrase doesn't get pulled into that, please.
Yeah, alright. Rose will lightly take one of Frias's arms and will start to lead her back towards the entrance.
Wide berth. Don't go near it. We've seen what tries to come out of it.
Another whine.
There you are whining.
He's not sure he can squeeze past.
They're also missing someone.
Luminosa.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And you guys, you're kind of looking at it, Belua. It goes from the ground to the ceiling, so,
The hell is all this?
it's a big mound of just blackness. Uh-oh. As you reach to about the edge right there, Luminosa, I need you to make me a dex save.
God damn it!
She, no, first one succeeds.
Oh, okay.
You feel something, like, you kind of feel like that inkling on the back of your neck, and you immediately just start bolting as you see some sort of shadowy tendril trying to basically lash out and grab you, and you're like, ah, nope, 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 nope.
What is this?
Not
And you
answering
kinda,
you! I've already answered twice!
and you kind of look back at this writhing mass, and tendril just slinks back in, and there's so many things just writhing in this thing.
I just look at Tiberius. This is you, isn't it?
No! My father did that!
Your father,
Yes.
the Eldritch God.
Yes.
Poor Belly.
You nest!
I'm just picturing Belua as like that dog on the other side of the sliding glass door. The door is open, but they're kind of looking at the entry and like.
No, it's more like a dog in a hallway with a cat waiting to take
Yeah.
a whack at them.
Tiberius would be a cat person.
He would.
So I take it you're coming with us to ensure that this place is safe then. Luminosa?
Of course. But... no more tendrils.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Belua.
yay!
Yeah.
It's back!
I'm gonna need a deck save.
This will go well.
Yeah, as Belua is trying to squeeze past this thing, you all see several tendrils reach out and grab onto Belua's arm and start trying to pull him in.
Pull back, Belula!
And,
Pull
very
back!
feel like something's grabbing your arm.
Oh,
Tiberius is
shoot.
not, Tiberius is not getting near Belula right
Yeah,
now.
I'm terrified of Belula.
Belua, yeah, you're being pulled into this thing.
Oh, what can Belua do?
Unless he receives help, he's gonna have to try to make a saving throw.
I believe in Belua.
I think we all believe in Belua.
That's a fail, and
Oh,
he's
no.
pulled into it. He gets pulled in. You all kind of turn back and see as these large tendrils yank Belua into the darkness. Now, remind me what this thing does again, Tibbs?
Do I have to?
Yes.
Goody.
But Tiberius doesn't know.
It's reminding the DM what it does.
Tendrils of Dark. No, that's the Hardara one. Yeah, it is. Arms of Hardara. Each creature in the must make a strength saving throw. On a failed saving throw, they take necrotic damage and can't take reaction the next turn. What's happening inside of it is a bunch of. Sorry. It was. Isn't it Whispers I did, right? No. No, it was the Arms of Hadar. That's right. So yeah, it's necrotic damage in there and a whole bunch of bad things.
So various. As you see Belua pulled into this mass, you start hearing things. Manic whispers start covering your hearing. You start seeing things moving at the edge of your vision, but more importantly, your body is starting to burn. You feel as if something is pulling at your limbs and burning you from the inside out.
Great.
Sorry, it was the hunger of Hadar that I did.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it feels like something's trying to pull you apart and melt you from the inside out. Yeah.
All right.
So
Fine.
I need to
Well,
do. I need to do something really quick.
Y'all, you can stop it now.
What would be something for pain?
Constitution, I'd say for pain. I'd just say that's not gonna cut it. I'd say you might need a 15 for this.
So, behind you, Tibbs, you hear suddenly a gasp, and you see various double over grabbing at his ears, and it's not quite a scream, but there's definitely something going on.
Tiberius is going to turn to the inky blackness and start yelling at to go away. We don't need you anymore. You can leave now. Get
Roll
lost!
me a flat 1d20. As you start shouting at this thing, it's not so much the answers, but you start to see the shadows peel away almost, eventually revealing a Belua battered and beaten on the floor.
Good. That's right.
There's claw marks all over its body. There's burn marks as if things were trying to eat through him. Teeth marks. A lot of teeth marks. Lots of them.
Boy, am I glad I healed Belua.
The Tiberius doesn't know if he should be asking for heals on Various or Belua.
The pain is subsiding, Various, but there's just that lingering feeling that something was chewing on you, trying to get at you from the inside, and the whispers are slowly fading away.
You just hear a thump as Various lands on his rear, and his gasping. And Belua's obviously just laying there.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any healing? Anyone?
I do. Hold on, Rose. Just stay here. I'll be back.
Rose, you look back. Belua's on the ground, covered in bites and burns, and Various is on the ground, looking a little shell-shocked and not great off.
Phrase is actually going to look at Various, look back at Tibbs. So who is this going to?
Belua.
She nods, walks over, pops a cork off one of her healing potions. Where the heck are they? I know I have more. Oh, I have 4 of them. Yes, good. Pops open a bottle and looks if Belua wants to take it or needs it to be fed to him. Jen.
It's okay.
I'm
I'm just answering something in DMs.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I need to figure something out really quick.
One more thing.
So likely they're gonna need help. And I need to check something really quick.
Also, one more thing for you, Jan.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just say for RP effect, Phrase will be like, alright, bend over a little more there, big guy. I got something for you that you'll like.
Sure, it's fine.
Sounds dirty.
And
I'm sure it's fine.
and whenever Belua gets down to a low enough level where she can pour the bottle into their mouth, well, put the bottle up to their mouth and tip it. There. Make all the boo-boos go better.
Some of them.
You just see it glom onto the bottle, and he's just sort of sitting there.
That wasn't so bad now, was it? Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Gives him a few pats.
Rose will step over to his side next to Various and will offer an arm to him if he's going to need help getting up.
Yeah, he's gonna need help getting up. He's not speaking and is shaky.
Alright, just Rose will actually bend down a little bit further and will manipulate Vrias' arm to go across the back of their shoulder and sort of support him as he writes up, or as they write up.
Whose arm?
It's
Variouses?
yeah.
Okay, you
but is it
said
something else to do?
Frius's.
Oh.
Yeah,
But no, but yeah,
I'll
it's
try.
definitely. But would have Various' arms leaned over the back of their shoulders as they write back up. Luminosa, can you make sure that Various can get downstairs safely?
Yeah, of course. I'll clear whatever path needs to be cleared.
Is Tibbs just standing there, just trying to be as poker faced as possible?
Yep. Oh, everything's fine. Yep.
It's fine.
Not a worry in the world.
Okay, seriously, no more face shit, no more elders bullshit. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
I
Well, look
still-
at Freyas.
I still think it'd be a good idea to at least have someone look around. I think at least... Luminosa, how are you doing?
Listen, I haven't taken a single hit or anything like that. I'll go take a look. You just all stay here. It'll be fine. No eldritch bullshit and fey.
So grumpy.
He's gonna peek his head down the stairs to see if all the roots are disappearing. Oh, those goddamn shadow things are gonna be down there. Gosh darn it.
The roots seem to be withering, wilting, cracking, and falling apart. Yes. It's like the plant is dying.
He's gonna call out from the top of the stairs. Looks like everything down there is being cleared out. Do you want me to go down the stairs, or can I just call out what I see?
Let's come on. Let's head down there.
Plants are cracking, drying, and falling apart.
I believe that's a good enough sign to at least move down a little. Come on there, big guy. We need to go back downstairs. She looks like she's about to offer him a hand and then kind of look at Belua and then is like, nah.
You can see
Oh.
Belly was muttering something.
Yep. She's taking note but not saying anything. Just giving him a polite little, come on, we need to go, and giving a little pat on the arm.
Rose, you also notice that Varys seems to be muttering something.
Is Rose able?
Proximity to them.
Does Rose understand what Various is muttering?
Depends on how loud Varys is being.
And to what language?
True.
I'll leave that up to you, Nova.
I'm gonna roll something. You're speaking in your native tongue. You're speaking in basically a common tongue. But how loud is he being? That's up to you.
He's muttering it sort of... How close is this?
How close is Rose? Yeah.
I mean, Rose
Is he leaning in, or is
has
he kind of standing a bit?
no. I mean, Rose is like right up against Various because Rose has Various' arms leaned across the back of their shoulders because they're trying to support Various to walk.
Okay, so pretty close, I'd say. So.
Okay. So this is what I've been told.
Does Freya's get anything out of Belua, I guess? Or is it just...
They are saying the exact same thing in sync with Various.
That's fine. I'm sure it's okay.
I see.
Need to
I
tune
mean,
them.
with Siberia.
Aren't you glad you didn't get pulled in there?
I'm exhausted. It would have been fine.
I will say Rosa's point is, unless Various is resisting, he's going to start walking towards the staircase and is helping Various along.
Alright.
And seeing them move, Freya's will try to pull on Belua's arm, like, come on, Belua, we need to go.
They slowly
Yeah.
groan in pain and start to at least lumber.
I'll even hold your hand. Come on. And she'll slip her probably doll-sized hand into the giant's palm.
Aww, big paw.
Tibbs is still waiting at the top of the stairs.
Luminosa, you don't really hear anything. Everything's been just really quiet. You don't know why everyone's kind of freaking out.
Hmm.
But yeah, you see that all the roots they're dying. Plant life is dying. Several bulbs had been throughout the entire hallway have lost their glow. Some of them are laying on the ground in wilted heaps. Some are still barely hanging onto the vines, but are cracked, dry, and just look like they could just crumble if you so much as touch them.
Oh, so we're all going down the stairs then. Is that what's going on? You don't trust me?
I don't know what's going on.
What happened to Various?
Didn't he follow? Oh, he's linked to Belua, isn't he?
Yes.
Well, Belua fell in your death hole.
What's my death hole?
Really? I don't think anyone else has inky black death near them anymore. Other than you, so it was your death hole.
Fine, go down the stairs. Go look for yourself.
Well, didn't you look?
Yes, and I called out and no one responded to me. You were all busy doing something else.
Yeah, apparently tending to Various. You know, because of the death hole.
Is Rose gonna share what's being said?
Rose is going to store it away for now. They have more pressing matters.
Sure, it's fine. Sure, it's fine.
So, what did you find?
Nothing. The plant's dying. Everything is fine.
Okay, so let's go find the portal then.
I'm pretty sure the portal is back where that giant thing that Belua ate was.
I believe we're going to see Auntie to tell her we have finished what is going on.
Can we even get out of here?
Yeah, I'd say you'll be able to.
All right.
Thanks,
let's-
Sky Voice.
Thanks, Sky Voice.
Do some of us want to stay here in case, I don't know, more of these things try to grow back?
Oh, I would love to sit down, but I don't think I'm the best for that plan.
I can stay here.
I'll stay with Luminosa.
Someone
I'm-
else other than Luminosa.
What?
I said
Whoa!
I'll stay with Luminosa. It's fine.
So the one who's too tired to stand properly, and the one who is the most likely to jump into the portal without everyone else is going to stay.
At least someone will be here to tell you they did.
Fair enough. We can go.
Jump into. It's time. Baby. Can't promise anything.
Rose is just not saying any of this. It's just going to start helping Various down the stairs.
Just watch for any holes in the floor.
All right,
And
Billy.
as you guys head on to the lower area, there are indeed holes where the roots had popped out from and the like.
Yeah,
But
place hasn't
that's
looked.
all it had.
Place has never looked better.
So, I want to make sure I get this right. Tibbs, Various, Rose, and Belua are leaving the tavern.
I believe so.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think so.
and then Luminos and Furious are staying behind.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
I seriously want to stay with Reyes. Thank you for throwing yourself on that grenade, Luminosa.
You're welcome.
As the three leave, Luminos and Furious, you two are sort of left on the upper floor. The tavern has gotten incredibly quiet. It's almost unnervingly so. You could probably drop a pen somewhere on the carpet and you could still hear it from how quiet it is in here. Furious, you're exhausted. You're tired. You feel like if you hit a bed, you would probably be out like a light. Luminosa, you're feeling a similar fatigue, but not as much as Furious, due to the fact that you've had to do a lot of fighting today, a lot of trudging through vines and thorns and fighting giant mouth plant monsters.
Mm-hmm.
What is it you two would like to do here? There are still some rooms that are left unexplored. We don't need the map for this. This will be theater of mind. What is it you would like to do?
I think at the moment it's probably just sort of rest up after the battles.
Mm-hmm. Uh, there is one thing I would like to do though for you two. You kind of find a small unoccupied room that hasn't really been damaged. Since a lot of the vines are now dead or decaying, you're able to kind of brush several of them away from several doors and kind of get into a few of the in rooms, which are still pretty much kept really well. You're able to kind of clear some debris away, just in case you kind of push a drawer to the door to make sure nothing can jump on you, and you give yourself a chance to get a nice short rest, I'd say. So you kind of hole up in a nice little in room. But more importantly, as you're sitting there, kind of getting your bearings, resting up a bit more, there is a window of the room. There, you can't see anything outside the window. If you try, there's nothing but darkness and blackness, as if nothing exists outside. Attempting to open the window would find that it does open, but the only thing that it lets out is cold, stale air. Can I actually get perception rolls from both of you as you kind of sit and give yourself a chance to rest?
Am I at disadvantage for perception?
If it's a skill, I believe, yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Okay. 11's enough. Luminosa, you too. Okay, 16's enough. But the more you both kind of sit and kind of get a bearing on yourselves, get a chance to relax and listen better to your surroundings, there is this underlying sound of wind, but it seems to be coming from deep below you. Not out the window, but somewhere inside the tavern itself.
Hmm.
Which is weird
So,
because, at least from the
That's
window,
not
there's no
right.
wind. Yeah.
shall we walk and talk?
Yeah, I think that'd be our best bet right now.
Okay. Where would you like to walk? Would you like to just explore the other parts of the tavern? Would you like to try to go deeper into it? Is another question. Or what would you like to do?
Phrase is gonna kind of let Luminosa take the lead, but she's just going to be like, I haven't really had a good conversation with you since your new form has come around. I think we should have a chat.
Yes.
No. No, I don't think we'll be doing that.
So, you're different.
Wow.
Yes, we can quite tell. How are you feeling about this? What are you feeling?
Well, how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm at least glad your spirit's still here. I would have, honestly, I would have missed you.
Oh,
Aww.
well, that's nice. I would have missed you guys too.
You brought a
Ah,
little special light. Well, seeing as what you are now, you're a little bit more of a light. And
aha, light pun.
yes.
Well, things are weird-ish, but not overly bad.
I'm guessing it's just you trying to get used to the fact that organs don't really exist anymore for you.
It's so weird. I like poke at it a couple times, and nothing happens.
As you guys head down the stairs, kind of walking around the tavern, let's say with your higher perception, passive perception for this, you do realize that, kind of as you're walking past several of the wilted and dried up plants, they are being blown around slightly, closer to the ground specifically. Like there is some sort of wind current close to the ground coming from the floorboards.
I wouldn't mind, you know, checking some other time, seeing if there. I know you don't have a pulse, but it'd still be fun to check. But can you at least see along the floor there, underneath the plants?
There's a couple holes for you to stick your head down there if you wanted to.
Um,
I think maybe we should check the basement.
oh, okay, yeah, we could definitely do that. You're not gonna try to dissect me again, are you?
I'd have no advantage to it, seeing as how most of my writing goes away. And then she's just going to look kind of blandly at Luminos and like, that was a joke. No, I'm not. I'm not going to.
Ha ha ha.
Oh, come
Okay.
on. You're a light elemental now. You need to. I can't believe I'm saying this. Lighten up a bit.
I hate that.
See what you did there.
Wow.
I believe Tiberius's puns are rubbing off onto me. Anyway, yes, let's.
What's the deal with you two?
He seems to be a little bit of a prick, but he's very interesting of a prick,
Whoa,
and he's
whoa,
very
whoa.
helpful.
Whoa.
Hang on a minute there. That's my son you're talking about. He's a whole lot of a prick.
I don't know. He's kind of short.
Oh,
Wow.
oh.
Wow.
Now
But if
I
you,
adopted him, so I don't know what his other parts are like.
I don't either, and I don't think either of us want to know.
Okay, good. I'm glad we had this conversation, even though it was
Yes.
incredibly awkward.
Regardless, still worried about your emotional state a little bit, but you seem to be either holding up fairly well or at least putting on a good face.
Yes. Yes, I am.
That sounds like we're gonna need some more private time later. I'll leave it be. Let's go quickly check on the basement.
Whoever
Yes,
wants,
let's.
whoever wants to, go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
I am at all disadvantages, so
It's not a very
I
high.
can nat 20 that shit.
You did
Yeah.
it. Jesus. Okay. Lemonelson, you've been to the spire before. You know all the tips, the tricks. You know all the little entrances. So you immediately go over to the storage room and just kick the rug. There's a trapdoor leading to the basement. You know
Let's
exactly
be
where it
fair,
was.
I lived in this bar for quite a bit of time.
Mm-hmm. You also know it's usually where Auntie keeps the good wine.
Ah, the good shit here.
The good shit's in there. But you pull open the large trap door, leads into kind of a wine cellar esque basement. But there is bizarrely a lot of wind down here, like a
There's a
lot
lot
of
of
it.
interesting.
That's not normal.
That is not normal. Is there like a window down here or something? Any
No.
logical reason why there's wind down here?
Hold on. Hold on, I'll be right back. I got called.
Yes.
gosh, now would be a perfect time for Ghost Train.
Ghost train.
But
Stop
no,
summoning it. East, stop summoning it. Sorry, stop summoning it. Rain, stop fucking.
Caught yourself there.
Highest is supposed to be the one fighting it. We already know you're not a monk class. It's okay.
No one lets me play monks. Too many puns to be had.
Aw.
Oh,
Don't
don't.
Well, you
Oh,
can't.
just
Well, you can't spell punch without pun.
Exactly. Every attack, there'd be a pun related to it. It's emotional damage. Ow! 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 Ow!
You just gotta take at least one level into Bard, then every single one of them can do
Vicious
actual
mockery.
emotional damage. Oh no, my wrist. It blew up.
Why'd you do that?
It just
Friend?
popped really loudly. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine, just a flopping hand.
It only went numb for half a second. It's okay.
As? No. No as.
Yes, as yes.
Oh, I heard go, Bo. Go!
Still find it funny, Luminosa still like, yes, you're going to take me apart.
Yep, that part has not changed apparently. That part just stayed.
It's going to be fine. You're only alone with them.
I don't want to be here anymore.
No.
Nothing scares Luminosa more than Frias.
The only thing they fear is you.
You have a lot
Nah,
of Doom references today. Keep it up. We're gonna get copyright struck by id Software.
Sorry, my
No,
mom still
Bethesda.
needs help every now and then, so yeah.
I
Wait,
Okay.
what?
said
My mom still needs help doing stuff every now and then because she's still
that's fine.
No,
yeah. But
that's good. That's all right.
as you two are going through the wine cellar, a lot of the stuff down here has been relatively untouched. There are a few dead plant roots here and there, but they all seem to be coming from the end of the hall. As you kind of go through each and every little um, sort of alleyway, you eventually come to what looks to be some sort of shelf or shelving unit that takes up a good majority of the wall. It is, however, strangely like how you see a door cracked open, except it's the entire shelf kind of tilted. The wind seems to be coming from here.
This is safe.
You're saying it's coming from behind a cracked shelf?
Hmm. Kind of like it might be a secret door.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Seems Auntie has some secrets, but seeing my condition and how I'm, wouldn't say badly hurt, but a little bit, I can at least give you some backup, not going into the front though.
Let's just see if we can get it open, and then we'll figure out from there if we want to even what we'll do, which will probably be wait for the others.
Okay, I'll at least try to get it open, and you can be prepared if anything jumps out.
Sounds good.
All right.
The tired person's going to try and open the door.
Kind of wedge your fingers into the crack opening of the bookshelf door, and you start pulling it open, Frias. And as you pull it back, Luminosa, you're kind of trying to tilt your head in to kind of squint and take a look. And what you see on your side once it's open is another wine cellar with a stairwell leading upwards, almost identical to the one that you were just in.
That's not weird and creepy at all. Huh. A new magic wine cellar.
You also notice that there's a stairwell just like the one that you descended down on the other side. Almost as if the room on that side is a direct mirror of this one.
Think we just hit the mirror verse.
Mirrorverse, she'll look through and is like, oh, would you look at that? Well, since you're the most able-bodied, shall we continue on or wait for everyone else?
We should definitely wait for everyone else.
And she'll just slowly push the shelf back.
Can you both roll me perceptions, please?
I don't wanna.
Too bad. Okay. You both make it. As you begin to move to push the door closed, you both catch wind of chatter coming from the other side, like an active tavern.
Oh. Listen in before we decide to shut the door.
Yeah, Freys will stop and stick an ear that way.
It sounds like a lot of idle chatter, but it seems to be coming up that other stairwell that you can't quite make topics out. But it seems like a lively tavern.
Hmm.
Lively as in cheery or lively as in, like, angry?
Give me insight.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
dang it. Woo!
Damn.
Seems pretty cheerful. There's a couple laughs here and there, some banter, some
Do you,
very odd languages.
Bonjour.
do you
Bonjour.
think maybe Auntie was running 2 bars?
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but that seems like quite the job.
Is there, would we know if, from when we first entered, is there a building mirroring the Auntie's
Nope.
bar?
Nope.
Well, it seems like safety on the other side, but if we want to wait, we can definitely do that.
Mhm. All right,
So
fine.
nothing.
We'll go in. But we gotta be careful.
She opens the shelf right back up and
Yep.
holds the door open.
All right. Do you go through?
Yes.
As you
And
both pass through, for a few brief seconds, it feels almost as if you're falling, even though you've only taken a step through. You even look back, and the door is gone. It's just a wall.
places hand on wall.
It's solid. It's a solid wall.
Ah, dear.
More importantly, give me both perception checks, please.
You just want me to get a double nat one. I know it.
Freya, you're more busy looking at the solid wall, but Luminosa, you kind of take a step back and notice that there's shards of mirror on the ground, and there is a empty mirror frame on that wall.
Oh no.
We're definitely not going back the way we came.
No.
Why are you oh-knowing?
Because I think we're in Wonderland.
And we're gonna cut to the other group. And you guys finally have left the tavern. You're finally kind of getting your bearings, but more importantly, the whispers have ceased. You don't feel that odd sensation around you anymore. Similar to you, Tiberius. The only thing you now hear are the subtle sounds of the Foundry in its underbelly.
What are you talking about? I didn't hear any voices.
Everything hurts.
Your thing did get dragged into that black void, horrible whispers area thing. Sorry about that, Belua. You could have just waited for it to dissipate, you know.
They glower.
It's true.
They look to Various, and Various shakes his head. Mm.
All right. Well, it's gone at least. I appreciate the assistance that you and Bellywa gave back there, and same to you, Tibbs. That with whatever it is that whatever the hell was going on back there in the hallway.
It was mostly phrase. Don't worry about it.
Let's. I'm.
Let's go see Auntie, get this dealt with, get back to the other two before they do something incredibly rash or stupid.
Too late.
Speaking of Auntie, there is a group approaching you guys. Auntie
Oh.
is among them. Another being to the side of them, you would know as Ringmaster. And a third, that's Leonard. They seem to be approaching you guys.
Oh, goody.
Is Ringmaster Yogg?
Well, Rims, I believe this is the way you have to do the talking.
But Auntie's the first to approach you and kind of looks a little shocked. It's like, we were just about to head in to see if y'all were dead.
Uh,
How long were we in there?
Like 10 hours. Didn't hear no peep.
Great.
you're
Time's messed up there too.
Oh, it gets messed up every now and then, especially when shit hits the fan, but that was a little longer than normal.
but yeah, it was an experience, but consider your tavern pruned.
Well, it's still standing. What'd you find in there? We weren't able to get past the first floor with all the roots and shit going on.
Bulbs. Big blue bulbs.
Giant dead flower.
How big did they get?
Bellowa makes a motion with his arms that is bigger than he is.
Ah. Ooh.
And then
If
makes a
if
motion
you'd like
of
to
ripping
roll,
and tearing.
and Auntie's like, "Oh well, I'm sure it's not a big problem."
Auntie, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
What's in the cellar?
my wine stash.
Hmm, nothing that could be possibly, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Asleep?
No,
Hmm,
nothing living, at least that I know.
Tiberius.
what? I'm just, yeah, that's obviously where the roots came from.
What do
Figured
you
that,
know about the sleeping?
what do you know about this sleeping?
And Auntie's just kind of looking between you two with a slowly raised brow. It's like, you didn't go into the cellar, did you?
Why would we do that?
Just asking.
Did leave the other two behind to make sure nothing else happened.
Okay. But you just found the bulbs in there, right? A little overgrown, maybe?
There was a bunch of bulbs. There was a giant ass tree over the portal on the upper floor.
You kind of see her cringe at the word tree. Ooh.
There's something wrong with your flora.
No, not my floor, but
Flora, the flowers, the trees, the greenery.
uh, it's not something you need to be concerned about.
I believe we have to be concerned about it. It tried to kill us.
Well, it's dead now, right?
We think so.
Well, then you don't gotta worry about it no more.
Mm,
I have something I need to pick up a street over.
Of course. We were just, like I said, we were just heading over to check, make sure y'all weren't dead. She kind of looks at the tavern. Several of the roots are dry and decaying. It's like, looks like I got one hell of a cleanup job.
Well, it wasn't our doing.
No. This is good. The only thing I asked was you didn't destroy the place.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, aside from whatever holes those roots has caused, it's still structurally sound.
that's good. You don't want this place collapsing. Ugh, not great. But you go get whatever it is you need. Various. I'll make sure to hold mine to the bargain once this place reopens. But where were the other two?
I stayed back there to make sure no more bulbs would grow in our absence.
Well, that's good. I'm gonna go on inside and take a look around if you don't mind.
I think I'll go with you, Auntie. Make sure everything's safe.
All right.
And various eyes, Tibbs.
Tiberius eyes various.
I'll tag along afterwards. Bellowa.
How about this? You go pick up what you need to get picked up, and we'll wait for you to go before we go in.
That's appreciated.
All right.
Leonard.
And Leonard kind of looks up. It's like, I was a tad worried, I'll admit, but you all seem to be in good health.
More or less. You're probably aware of this by now, but Metatron signed some guards to watch over my house. Has there been any word of any other odd happenings in the Foundry there?
We did catch a few guild patrols, yes, most notably in the Fey and the Water District, which is not all too uncommon, but usually we find one, but not two. It was a little strange, but they're being interrogated now.
Well, that's at least they were intercepted.
We only found a few grunts, but nothing more than that.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go help Various over to pick up whatever he needs, and then we'll meet the rest of you back at the hedge.
Alright. Auntie, do you require my assistance any further? Ah, nah, sugar. You can lead this to us. And no, you ain't getting off early, Ringmaster. Ugh! You see this very lanky, weird-looking face just kind of slump over. Nah, Leonard will take his leave.
And then,
So,
yeah, Varys is gonna head over to his stop. Rose will still accompany him.
Various, where are you heading?
He's
And
heading
Tibbs, you
to
can
the
stay with
clothes shop.
Auntie?
He's gonna finally pick up that cloak.
Finally? After how long?
Only a few days,
A few days. But,
but they've been very full of stuff.
yeah, Tibbs, you see Various and Rose start walking off to the next street over. But
That's
we'll
fine.
we'll focus on them for now, and we'll come back to you.
Fine.
But Various and Rose, as you head over to the next street over, the shop is indeed open. So there are people along the street, people walking back and forth. It's relatively peaceful compared to the horrors that were inside the tavern.
It was not pleasant.
No, that was not at all. There's well, maybe you better pick up what it is that you need first of all. Then, but I do need to have a word with you, and I think now is as good a time as any for it.
All right. I'll be right back out.
Yeah.
They'll stay here. You can't fit anymore. And he goes inside.
And the Eric Crocker is just sitting there, kind of working at the front desk as usual, and will look up as they hear the little ding of the bell as the door opens.
Hello.
Oh, look who it is, here to pick up your order.
Yes.
All right. They'll kind of go to a small little back room. You hear some shuffling now and then before they come out with what looks to be a box. It's tied up with a nice little bow, very nice and presentable. They'll gently set it down onto the countertop. It's the size of whenever you get clothes for Christmas,
Yeah.
kind of one of those boxes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you. I'm normally I'd stop to chit chat, but I'm not feeling so well.
I can see that. You look like you've just been through the ringer.
Well, thanks mostly to my compatriots, the Over the Hedge should be open again soon.
Oh, that's good to hear. I miss getting a drink after work.
You have a wonderful day.
You too. Go get some rest.
And he's gonna start back out.
The Rose you see Various come on out. It was a rather quick little trip inside with a box that's been tied up neatly with some twine.
I assume that finally took care of your order.
Yes, I figured. I know it's silly, but I wanted to make sure that it didn't end up getting sold to someone else.
Hmm.
Well, what is it that you'd like to talk about?
Rose is going to glance around, see if there's any sort of bench or sitting area.
There's several. I'd say plenty along the side. There's places for people to sit down.
Over here, Rose will lead Various over to a bench then.
He'll trudge after him with Belloa following behind them both.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just have, I know they're waiting for us, Various, but just have a seat for a moment. I think we could both use it one.
Something happened in there. Some bad memory. And he's gonna clamber up onto the bench.
It was related to that that void pit, wasn't it? Or at least did it trigger something?
Not so much something from my past, so much as it. I don't know how to explain it, except it felt like being melted from the inside. And there was a voice chanting.
I dream a dream. I sleep a deep sleep.
Was I saying that?
Apparently, both you and Valua, from the looks of things.
I assume what must have happened is some sort of resonance.
I mean, considering time again now, we've seen what happens when something occurs to him, and then it's like a mirror. It reflects back onto you. That makes sense.
I may have made some. There were complications. You likely noticed that he does not just act as an extension of me anymore.
He does seem to be more autonomous now.
Not sure how it happened, but there have been plenty of instances of, well, quite simply, unprecedented chaotic forces at play, and I may have made. I'm not sure if made mistakes is the right word.
Is this? Do you think this is some kind of unexpected occurrence because of your summoning studies or experiments?
Possibly, or just simply the things that we've gone through. But if I were to theorize, and I will say theorize. I would say that it would be possible there was a crack, you could say, a fissure. So what happens in that particular case is if one part of the soul, say, and he motions to Belua, experiences something particularly damaging, there's a little bit of feedback in that imperfect seam.
Right.
Like I said, this is all theories. There's not really any way to actually test or examine or observe, and there might be ways I can fix it, maybe.
Oh, that'll be, I guess, something else to put on the docket for when we have time. There's something I did want to talk to you about, though. Not just what happened in the hedge just now.
Yes.
It was about the other day when we found you over at over by the null portal. I had no idea things had just gone so south between you and your sister.
I will explain something to you. I have not seen my sister since we were, I suppose, since I was a kid. She's my elder, or was her. I did not know. As far as I was aware, she was deceased. She was in the army after all and was lost in a skirmish. Apparently, she was recruited, as far as I am able to put together from the dreams and what she said, and yes, what is that what you wanted to know?
I mean it makes sense in a way if they wanted to. If the guild wanted some kind of like top flight recruit as part of their elite forces, saying that she passed away in some kind of foreign conflict would be a damn good way to do plausible deniability.
Yes, and as for why she hates me, at least from what I can gather from what she said, I believe a sizable amount of our shared family has been exterminated, and due to certain circumstances. So I'd rather not talk about that here on the street, if that is all right.
As Various mentioned this, you just see this look on Rose's face as their eyes slowly widen, and there's just this look of just something hitting their throat, and they turn away from Various and just look straight ahead. And if it's a thing that primordials do, there's like a little like sort of bobble in their throat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I think
god.
so.
I'm sorry, Various.
Don't be. We should probably get back to the others. Yes, we should probably get back to the others. This is
Yeah.
something that can
let's,
be discussed later.
Right. Yeah, we kept them waiting. Let's go.
And as you two get up to return to the hedge, we'll turn the camera back to Tiberius, who was kind of standing in front of the tavern with Auntie and Ringmaster. You kind of look back to the tavern keep, Tiberius, as Varius and Rose vanish to the other street. It's now just the three of you standing in front of a very quiet tavern.
Oh, good, it's quiet. That means that they're either investigating or dead.
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, if they're staying in one place, then, or taking a chance to rest, you guys look like you got beaten up pretty bad.
Yeah, some of them got a little too hands-on with the problem. But I do have a question for you regarding the last thing I asked you about something asleep. Have you ever heard anything chanting?
Chanting.
Yes.
I've heard people claiming some parts of my tavern are haunted, considering where it rests, but not chanting.
So if I told you that the sentence, I dream a dream, I sleep a deep sleep, that means nothing.
Her face suddenly goes poker faced.
Ah,
No, I wouldn't know anything about that.
you know, from one excellent, shall we say, man of confidence to a woman of confidence, I would say that I've hit a nerve.
Now there's nothing you need to worry about.
Nothing at all to worry about.
Nah, not for you, no.
What do you mean, not for me?
It's best that you stay out of my personal business, Mr. Tiberius.
Ah, it's personal. Very well. It has nothing to do with Yorg, correct?
I don't deal with the Dreamkeeper.
Oh, that's his title, is it? The Dream Keeper.
He's got a lot of titles. You kidding? Dreamkeeper, Memory Reader, Key in the Gate is another one. Got a lot of different names. They all do.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
No, I don't deal with him.
So whatever I heard coming from that has nothing to do with him.
You didn't hear none.
Madam?
Tiberius, if it's in your best interest, you heard nothing.
Fine. Let's go find the others before they hear nothing as well.
I say about this time, Rose and Various, you start running and you start walking up. Auntie looks oddly intense.
Oh, how about those voices?
Well, let's go in and find your friends since it looks like the other two are back.
After you, Auntie. It is your place. Ensure that everything is in appropriate locations, I guess.
Should be fine if you guys did your job. She'll turn to head inside. Ringmaster trudging along begrudgingly behind her.
It's his problem.
uh, so do the three of you head on in, or do you want to do some banter before you follow Auntie in?
No, no. No reason to banter at this point.
But you guys head back inside. Auntie is. You see her going around lighting several of the lanterns so you can actually see and whatnot in there, stepping over roots and kind of assessing the general damage. Ringmaster is groaning about how much cleaning he's gonna have to do.
Yes, the roots ran quite deep. I'm pretty sure it did some destruction in the basement as well. Suggest.
Great. Let's hope none of my wine bottles got destroyed. And she's gonna pause, and you all do notice that near the storage room there is a hatch open, and she kind of turns and looks at you guys like, "I thought you said you didn't go into the cellar."
We didn't.
Then who did?
If I were to take a guess, I'd say the sentries we left here to make sure nothing bad would happen.
Luminosa. Frius?
You hear nothing. Great. And Auntie will start heading over to the cellar and start walking down and looking around. Hello? You hear nothing.
This is a fine mess they've gotten themselves into.
You sure you left him to keep an eye on things?
That's what we said.
Well, check upstairs. I'm gonna keep looking around down here.
Various is gonna look up at Rose before starting to trudge towards the stairs with Belloa in tow.
Rose?
You may be muted.
Yes, you're muted.
There be your bead.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Oh,
notice. Sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. I
Sorry.
didn't notice. So we'll go ahead and wait for him to come back. I'm sure it's fine.
Everything's fine.
Okay, welcome back, yes.
So we've come back in, and there's no sign of Luminosa or Frius.
Auntie's checking the cellar. Turned to Tibbs when claiming it's like you said no one went into the cellar. So she went down to check the cellar and asked you guys to check upstairs.
Well, I guess we're looking upstairs then.
You guys head upstairs? Tibbs, are you gonna follow them or are you going somewhere else?
Sorry, I had a dog having the zoomies behind me. I didn't hear a word in the last 5 seconds.
Are you going to go down with Auntie or are you going to go up with Rose and Darius?
Following Auntie, she's acting too Tiberius for Tiberius.
Oh, okay. But for the most part, she's just checking the cellar, checking the wine bottles. There's a lot of wine down here. A lot of wine. But Rose and Various, you kind of head upstairs, you kind of peek around. One of the rooms is open, but there's no one in there. There's no one at all up here. It's very quiet.
I'm not seeing any trace of them. What about you, Various?
No, that's concerning.
Yeah.
Can we check the room where the plant was?
Yeah.
So Various is gonna poke his head in.
The tree is still there. It's cracking, falling apart, and you can see something blue pulsing under the roots, but there's no one in there. Just a big dead bulb that's been half eaten by a certain summon. But no one's in here.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Various looks to Rose.
Anything?
Nothing. They're not up here.
It doesn't look like they've gone through the portal by chance up here, have they?
No, the tree is still covering it.
Okay, that's a negatory. I think we better go down the... They said we're going to check out the basement, so let's see what they found.
And back down we go.
And in the basement, Auntie just seems to be checking the racks, looking for damage. Uh, Tibbs, no one's down here except for you two. You do hear footsteps up above, but yeah.
So, I don't know about you, but I think they'd be rather easy to see.
Yeah. Hmm. You sure they didn't leave behind y'all's backs?
Freya's was in no condition to travel, and Luminosa would be far too impulsive to just simply leave. If
Hmm.
anything, they would have gone through wherever your portal is to Wonder Place.
Wonderland.
That place, yes.
Hmm. Makes
What's
me
so
wonder.
what's so wonder about it anyhow?
It's just what it's called.
Ah, so nothing magical or anything preposterous like that.
Ah, She kind of
Ah,
seems to be thinking for a few seconds, kind of rubbing her chin. It's like, how do I explain it that you can actually understand it?
probably in common.
The best way I've ever been able to explain to anyone is it's the land of the Fae. Expect the unexpected in anything to happen. Anything and everything. Wonderland is just our capital, where all the crazy conjugates. All of it.
That doesn't raise any kind of confidence in me.
Oh, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. uh, Various and Rose, you start making your way down to the cellar. It's just Tibbs and Ozzy down here.
Where's
There
Any
the
is like
ringmaster?
there's a slight breeze down here though.
What about you two? Any signs?
Nope. Just a bunch of wine bottles.
A little drafty down here, isn't it?
It usually is. Yeah. That's completely normal.
Is there any crawl spaces that they might have decided to examine because I don't know, maybe Luminosa figured they could find something in there?
I mean, they shouldn't. I'm only the usual one that's allowed to use it. She kind of looks down the cellar, and you see at the end of it is a bookshelf, but it's slotted into the wall. Doesn't look like it was opened. It's like I usually keep my own personal gateway to my other tavern here, but it's
Other
closed.
tavern?
Yeah,
Other.
I run my own tavern in Wonderland too. I run one almost in
Was it?
every part of
I,
existence.
I hate to ask this, and please, none of you take this the wrong way, but was it somewhat shiny or inviting?
She points at the literal shelf that's mostly covered with dusty knickknacks. Does it look shiny?
No, this portal.
My personal one? No. Hell no. Though from what I can tell, at least from what our first scout in here, is that the one upstairs is one that Jericho ripped on open into the hedge itself. That's where the plants came from. I'm guessing it's still up there, or did it close?
No, it's
Glowing.
Great. It's gonna be hell to close. Are you sure they didn't jump through that one?
the tree. I mean, the tree's decaying, but it's still mostly
Mm.
intact around it. Someone, especially Luminosa's size, they would have carved a much bigger hole through it to get into there.
Huh. They couldn't have gone through mine. It's closed. Only I know how to open it.
And what does that involve?
A couple twists here and there, a couple number pads.
Tiberius is muttering to himself. Oh, joy. So, they're definitely not on this particular plane of existence.
So either they've returned to the plains, or they've already gone on ahead of y'all.
Freya specifically.
Is there any way we could check your portal?
Yeah, let me go open it up for y'all. She'll kind of head over to the bookshelf, and you see her twist a few heads off of some statues, press a couple buttons before you hear a click, and it opens up. On the other side is an empty room. That's not right.
Is
What do you
something
mean?
supposed to be there?
What do you mean it's not right?
It's supposed to be the other wine cellar, but she kind of squints. Is like, I swear if that mirror's broken again.
Mirror?
What?
Yeah, I use a mirror to get to and from, and oh boy.
Auntie, is there another way that we can get to your other bar?
She looks back to you guys. It's like, he's ready to play lumberjack.
While Various looks, Belua sort of perks up a bit and lifts their claws.
All right, well, let's get to that then. And she'll close the door, a little disappointed. It's like, it's gonna be hell to replace. It's the third time this year. How do you think I feel? These things are expensive to replace. She'll start leading the way out of the bar, or out of the cellar.
It will follow.
And she'll kind of look back at you. It's like, so what room was the plant held up in, and where's the portal at?
It's down to the end of this hall here. One of the looks like it was like the larger room.
Of course, it's in the suite. It's the room Jericho was staying in. That makes sense. She'll start heading down there, kind of is about to open the door, but realizes it's been kicked off the hinges. Ah! Before she kind of walks in.
Like that when we got here.
And she kind of is looking over the half-eaten bulb, and just kind of see her almost cringe and frown while looking at it. And it's like, ah, damn. At least you made short work of it.
Well, it was
Belua
either
starts
that
to
or it
reach
made.
for. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Well, it was either that or it made short work of us.
I'm gonna miss a little sucker, but I guess it became a big sucker now, didn't it?
You knew it.
Yeah, I called it Bertha. It was a little pet of mine, but I guess the hedge twisted it a bit. Poor them.
Belua starts to reach for another piece of it, and Various.
Oh well,
No.
I can always grow a new one, but damn, it looks like Jericho really got to it. Poor thing. And she'll kind of start stepping over the roots and stuff like that, and you see her kind of go up to one of the parts of the tree and just start kicking it, starting to crack. It's like, all right, come on, let's break this damn thing down.
Yeah,
Tiberius.
Rose. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say Tiberius just sits back being like, yeah, go ahead.
Rose
And,
pulls out their longsword and is going to start carving into other sections of it.
and how would Various and Belua like to work? Help.
Various is gonna nod to Belua and go to sit beside Tibbs. And Belua's gonna lumber up and do what Belua does best.
Rip and tear. And as you guys begin to chip away at the tree, we'll be ending the session for tonight. Luminosa and Frias have wound up in Auntie's Tavern in Over the Hedge. in Wonderland. But for some reason, the mirror leading back broke. Don't know why, don't know how. All while the rest of the party works on chipping away at the tree that'll lead them, eventually, into the hedge. Thank you all for joining tonight. I will be saying that there'll be a slight pause in DSOTF for a little bit as I prepare the maps and stuff for Wonderland. It's a big one. We're heading into the next act, so I hope you're ready.
I would like to point out we didn't split the party.
Yeah, you did. You left us alone.
You left them
Nah,
alone.
nah. The DM split the party. Their own fault.
This was an intentional split, pay in mind. Either way, Luminosa was going to get separated with someone else. I had plans.
Thank goodness it wasn't Tiberius.
I'm sure it'll be fine. But thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you guys for playing. Sorry it took so long to get started, but everyone's got their family obligations. I had to take a couple breaks because I had to eat dinner and also had to help my mom out. But please look forward to what is coming in the future, because it's gonna be good. I got some cool plans. Again, thank you so much, and have a nice night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.